Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Climax, Minnesota, where we've got high school volleyball and early evening or late afternoon, depending how you look at it, as the Climax-Fisher Knights host the Crookston Pirates. How you doing, everyone? I'm Joe Lancello. Thanks for joining us on yourliveevent.com. Climax-Fisher comes in with a record of 9-7 on the year. And the Knights have won their last 6 games. That includes 3 games at a tournament in Crookston last Saturday. As for the Crookston Pirates, they come in with a record of 1-13. They have lost 6 in a row, and they were 0-4 at their own tournament on Saturday. And this is going to be a little bit of a switch as far as what we do here, because we're going to have the varsity game first and then the JV game to follow, both here on yourliveevent.com. We'll check in with the coaches, Katie Morgan from Crookston and Brenda Slight from Climax-Fisher, after these words on yourliveevent.com. And time now for our pregame coaches interviews, brought to you by River's Edge Insurance of Halstead. Lori, Emily, and the team at River's Edge Insurance can help coach you and your family for your insurance needs.
High school volleyball on a Friday afternoon as Climax-Fisher hosts Crookston. Katie Morgan is the coach of the Crookston Pirates. Talk about your season so far.
Yeah, we've kind of had a little bit of a roller coaster of a season. A lot more progress than our last few seasons. We're starting to see a little of our hard work in the gym really pay for our student athletes. So it's been a fun season.
And you've had to go this without any seniors on the team too, or some of the younger players, those that have gotten experience, say the juniors and sophomores when they were, say, freshmen?
Yeah, so we had a big senior class last year. We had about 9 seniors who graduated, a lot of experience. We did have 2 of our sophomores play and start last year, so they had a lot of experience. A couple of our sophomores played, like I said, we have 3 or 4 on our squad that played last year, so we do have a little bit varsity experience. But yes, we are very, very young. I don't personally like to use that. We're halfway through the season now, and we can't really use that excuse anymore. But it's really been fun to see those girls for their ages really step up onto the varsity floor, and you would guess that some of them are freshmen.
Where have you seen the most improvement through the course of the year?
I think in our defense, especially, being able to read our hitters or read the opposing hitters and reacting a little bit faster. With that, we can see a lot more offense coming off that. If we can pass the ball, we can play more offense, and I think our girls are figuring that out.
Now, you had your own tournament this past Saturday. Did you happen to play Climax-Fisher there?
We did not. We usually end up playing that, but no, we were in opposite pools, and then we didn't play each other in the tournament either.
So what will be the important things for your team today against the Knights?
I think just to own our own game and play our own game. We sometimes struggle a little bit on getting the ball to the other side, so as long as we force it over to the other side of the court, make the other team make the mistake, and then we got to really stay up on our mental game, our mental toughness, and we play really well when we have high energy, so that'll be a big focus for tonight is forcing the ball to the other side of the court and stay up on our high energy.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
That's Katie Morgan, coach of the Crookston Pirates.
And that part of our pregame coaches interviews brought to you by Rivers Edge Insurance of Halstead. Lori, Emily, and the team at Rivers Edge Insurance can help coach you and your family for your insurance needs. We'll continue with our pregame coaches' comments after these words on YourLiveEvent.com. We continue with our pregame coaches' comments brought to you by Rivers Edge Insurance Agency of Halstead. Lori, Emily, and the team at Rivers Edge Insurance can help coach you and your family for your insurance needs.
Joined by Brenda Swite, the coach of the Climax-Fisher Knights, coming off an impressive 3-0 win over Norman County East. You win here last night here. Talk about that game.
The girls came prepared. They were ready to go. They were talking. They were moving well. They were swinging. The biggest thing is we always tell the girls to continue to be aggressive and, to bring the fire, and I thought that's what we did. We continued to push. We found openings. We set each other up, and I thought things looked really well together.
The aggressiveness showed in the serving with I think 6 or 8 service errors, but you had a dozen aces.
Yep, you know, like we always tell the girls, the best thing about our girls is they always want to be aggressively, whether it's jump serving, finding a spot to serve the ball. They do a great job changing things up, and that's exactly what we did last night.
We've talked a great deal about the Hoffman sisters, Peyton and Brooklyn, and how they did. They were both in double-figure kills last night. But Clara Erickson needs some credit, too, for she had, I think, 3 aces and also 6 kills.
Yep, you know, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there's so many girls on this team that bring it every single night, and Claire does a great job, you know, adjusting. She has a powerful swing, and, you know, she has a really nice jump serve back there. And, you know, it's exciting to have girls that strong, and I would say that we have multiple girls on this team that can perform every single night, and that's just exciting as a whole.
Talk about Hannah Nesvig as one of your 2 setters.
Yep, you know, she does a great job, you know, finding, you know, the strong hitters, you know, making good decisions, and I think that's what she did last night. You know, she found hitters, she was making good decisions, and, you know, she knows when to push it and when not to push it.
And before getting to this game tonight, I want to talk about your B squad because people will be watching that after this game. How's your B squad been doing?
They only have 1 loss this year, so they're doing very, very well. They work well as a team. You know, I would say they're a very powerful JV team, and it's exciting to see that, you know, because that's our future, and there's girls on there that also do play for me on the varsity. So, you know, we have a small team this year, but I think it's a good, strong team.
Now to this afternoon's game where you take on the Crookston Pirates. I don't know if you had a chance to see them on the side of the tournament in Crookston last weekend.
No, we didn't really get a chance to look at them, but we did play them a little bit on our scrimmage in the beginning of the season. So we know, you know, that they've got some talent and that we need to just be ready to go and make sure we're getting our blocks up and, you know, finding their holes.
And any other important things?
Communication and defense. As long as we can do those things, great things will happen for us tonight.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
That's Brenda Slight, coach of the Climax-Fisher Knights. Our pregame coach's comments brought to you by River's Edge Insurance Agency of Halstead. Lori, Emily, and the team at River's Edge Insurance can help coach you and your family for your insurance needs. We'll get the starting lineups coming up as Crookston takes on Climax-Fisher in high school volleyball. This is the varsity game. Yes, it's early. We'll do that after these words on YourLiveEvent.com. And welcome back to Climax. I'm Joe Lancello. Let's get the starting lineups for this afternoon's game between the Climax-Fisher Knights and Crookston Pirates. First of all, for Crookston, they'll have a 5-1 offense. Their center will be number 6, Rylan Abel. She's a 5'6" sophomore. The middle hitters will be number 7, Abby Bruley, a 5'7" sophomore, and number 17, Jade Utermark, a 5'7" sophomore. Outside hitters, number 8, Maddie Abrams, a 5'6" junior, and number 16, Brenna Kopecki, a 5'6" freshman. Lining up opposite the center will be number 7, Allie Wagner, a 5'5" junior, and the libero, the designated back row player, will be number 4, Lana Peterson, a 5'6" sophomore. Katie Morgan, the coach of Crookston, the Pirates 1-13 on the year. They have lost 6 in a row. Now for the Climax-Fisher Knights. They'll have 2 setters. Number 2, Kinley Corinna, will start off the game. She's a sophomore. We'll also see number 5, Anna Nesvig, rotate into the game and be a setter. Outside hitters, number 6, Claire Erickson, a senior, and number 11, Brooklyn Hoffman, an 8th grader. Middle hitters will be number 13, Peyton Schrader, a junior, and number 4, Peyton Hoffman, a sophomore. The Hoffman girls are sisters. Lining up opposite the center will be number 8, Emma Schulte, a junior, and the libero will be Lucy Paulsrud, a junior. Brenda Slight, the coach of Climax-Fisher, the Knights 9-7 on the year. They have won 6 in a row. And while we've got a moment here, this is the final regular season home game that will be played in Climax. The Knights are on the road next week with games at Mahnomen, Waban, Winnie-Mac, and then a tournament in Mahnomen next Saturday. But on October the 7th, when the Knights host Fertile Beltrami in Fisher, the Knights volleyball team is going to be honoring Superintendent Evan Hansen with a cancer awareness event at this home game. Evan Hansen recently underwent surgery to remove his larynx, and I understand he's recovering quite well from what people tell me here. So that is great to hear. So mark that on your calendar, October the 7th, when Fertile Beltrami takes on Climax-Fisher, and that game will be in Fisher. And the schedule for Climax-Fisher next week, Tuesday, there at Mahnomen, Waban. Then on Thursday at Winnie-Mac, and then back to Mahnomen a week from tomorrow to play in a tournament. And we'll be coming back to Climax for the first serve of this afternoon's game between Climax-Fisher and Crookston after these messages on YourLiveEvent.com. Welcome back to Climax. Joe Lancello with you. Sophia Vargas on camera tonight. Crookston is missing sophomore Ella Anderson. She is ill, I understand. Hope she is feeling better and able to watch the game here on YourLiveEvent.com. We've got plenty more to watch on YourLiveEvent.com as the evening goes on. We've got high school football with Red Lake County at Mahnomen-Waban. That kicks off at 7 o'clock. Other games kicking off at 7 have Oaks at Sargent County, Valley City at Hillsborough Central Valley, Ellendale, Edgeley, Calm at Lisbon, Wahpeton at Central Cass, and Hatton Northwood at Maple River. On Garden Valley Television, we have Warroad at Thief River Falls. That one kicking off at 6 tonight. And on R&J Broadcasting on KRJB 106.5 FM, we've got Ada Borup West at Crookston. 7 o'clock kickoff there, 6:30 pregame show on KRJB. On KKCQ FM, Nevis is at Bagley, and on KKCQ AM, we have Fertile Beltrami at Foston. Some pretty good matchups on tap for this last Friday in September. Climax-Fisher on the court to our left in black with gray numbers, Knights in white letters, and gray on the shoulders and the upper arms. Crookston in white jerseys with royal blue letters and numbers, and they'll be playing on our right. Don't forget, following the game, we'll have our post-game awards. Our player of the game brought to you by Enbridge. Life Takes Energy. Also our precision play of the game brought to you by Agassiz Precision Ag of Hillsborough. And our connection to the game brought to you by Halstead Telephone Company. Kinley Corinna serving first for Climax-Fisher. And the long bump hit the ceiling and didn't go over. One nothing in favor of the Knights. 25 points to win a set. This is best 3 out of 5. If we go to a fifth set, that will go to 15 points, but again, you have to win by 2. Free ball bumped over by Rylan Abel. Erickson. Ball popped up, bumped over again. Another free ball for the Knights. Peyton Hoffman, long tip. And 2-0 in favor of Climax-Fisher. Kinley Corinna, a sophomore. She'll be the setter for the first 3 rotations, and there's an ace. As the serve was mishandled. Kinley, one of 3 Corinnas on the team. Here's a tap over, kept alive and bumped over. Abel setting to the near side and hit out of bounds by number 16, Jade Outermark. Climax-Fisher off to a 4-0 start. As Kinley Corinna serves again. And that one never went over. There was an attempt to play the ball on a third time, so that won't go as an ace. It is a point for the Knights. They're up 5-0. Hit over by Ellie Wagner, number 7, and she will get a kill. And she will get the Pirates on the scoreboard. Back to serve number 16, Brenna Kopecki, a 5'6" freshman. And Brooklyn Hoffman serves into the net. Or hits into the net. That one threw the Pirates off a little bit, or the Knights off a little bit. because the serve was a little shorter, I think, than Climax-Fisher was expecting. There's a bump by Peyton Hoffman. Big cross-court swing by number 8, Emma Schultes. Her first kill makes it 6-2 in favor of Climax-Fisher in the opening set. And Claire Erickson, number 6, to serve. Long bump over by Abrams. Peyton Hoffman blocked, but out of bounds. Credit to the blockers for getting there, but the ball's got to land in bounds. 7-2 Climax-Fisher in the first set. Blocked back by Peyton Hoffman. A tip by Lucy Paulsrud, who's not wearing the libero shirt now, and getting a kill. Paulsrud, a very versatile athlete. She can play the libero spot and also serve as a hitter. Bump straight over, pushed back down. And that'll be a kill for Paulsrud as well. 9-2 Climax-Fisher, and Crookston take a timeout. Timeout's brought to you by the Lakes Community Co-op. LakesCommunityCoop.com for energy solutions, convenience stores, a meat market, a car wash, a place to get feed, and more. LakesCommunityCoop.com. In set one, Climax-Fisher leads Crookston 9-2. We'll be right back. Crookston using the first of 2 timeouts each team is allowed in a set. And a tip block back. Pushed over by Abrams. Peyton Hoffman. Back set to the far side where it's volleyed over by Allie Wagner, number 7. Big swing by Paulsrud. Bumped over in the second ball. Good pursuit by the Knights, and they volley it over. Pushed over in the second ball by the setter, Kinley Corinna. (10-2) in favor of Climax-Fisher in the opening set. Erickson serving again. And an overpass spanked back down by Schultes. If that ball goes just a little over the net, a pass a little too hard, opposing hitters will always say thank you very much. Wagner, dug by Brooklyn Hoffman. Peyton Hoffman right to Kopecky. And that goes down courtesy of number 8, Maddie Abrams. Point for Crookston. The Pirates trail 11-3 in the opening set. And the libero, Lana Peterson, number 4, to serve it up for the Pirates from right to left. And Peyton Hoffman into the net. Four serving 11 as the number 4 serves. Deep rainbow, but out of bounds. First service error of the game. Climax-Fisher get the serve back as Peyton Hoffman serves. And gets an ace. The ceiling can be a problem. at a lot of gyms. And disarray there, and that's another ace. And the sophomore Peyton Hoffman serving again and serving another ace. That's a hat trick. You'll remember Peyton was an all-conference player as a 7th grader and 8th grader. Missed all of last season because of knee surgery. Paulsrud off hands and out of play. Third kill for Lucy Paulsrud, and it's 16-4 in favor of Climax-Fisher in set number 1. Best 3 out of 5. Peyton Hoffman with another ace. And Crookston trying to break the run. Leah Parkin, number 1, comes into the game, a 5'6" sophomore, to help on the serve receive. And Crookston's serve receive not doing them any favors. This is number 12, Morgan Bull, a 5'6" freshman coming in. Brooklyn Hoffman off hands and out of play. Brooklyn with her first kill as she rotates now into the front row. Swing from the back row, and that's too long. (20-4) in favor of Climax-Fisher in the opening set. Peyton Hoffman serving again. A hit off hands, dug by Kinley Corinna. Paulsrud tipping, covered by Abel. And another tip. Did she kick that? You're not supposed to play the ball below the waist. And Paulsrud, that was tied up in the block. I'm going to have another look at that. You are not supposed to play the ball below the waist. A hitter is okay, actually, in volleyball, but not a kick. Schultes off hands and down. Third kill for Emma Schultes. As Climax-Fisher moved to a 22-4 lead in set 1. Peyton Hoffman serving again, and that's another ace. 6 aces for Peyton Hoffman in this opening set. 23-4, the Knights in front. Brooklyn Hoffman put over on the second ball by Abel. Paulsrud off hands. And the cross-court hit by Maddie Abrams goes out of bounds. Set point for Climax-Fisher in number 1. And the first service error on Climax-Fisher. (24-5), the score still. Set point for Climax-Fisher. Left-handed serve from Allie Wagner. And that's pushed back down by Abel, the number 6. And in Esvig setting, Paulsrud tipping and winning set 1. Paulsrud with 5 kills in the opening set. Peyton Hoffman with 6 aces in the opening set. as Climax-Fisher win the opening set 25-6. On the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, lakescommunitycoop.com for energy solutions, convenience stores, a meat market in Perham, a car wash, place to get feed, and more. lakescommunitycoop.com. We'll be back with set 2 after these words on yourliveevent.com. Set 1 in the books as Climax-Fisher defeated Crookston 25-6. Unofficial stats from the first set. Climax-Fisher 12 kills, no blocks, 7 aces, 1 service error, 5 kills for Lucy Paulsrud, 2 kills and 6 aces for Peyton Hoffman. Crookston as a team 3 kills, no blocks, no aces, 1 service error. Climax-Fisher trying to get its 7th straight win. Crookston trying to avoid a 7th straight loss. It will be the Pirates serving first to begin the second set. Number 7, Tegan Johnson, checks into the Climax-Fisher lineup to replace Peyton Hoffman. Number 1, Cadence Corinna, also in the back row, along with Claire Erickson, number 6. Up front for the Knights, Brooklyn Hoffman, number 11, number 3, Lucy Paulsrud, and number 5, Anna Nesvig. Number 6, Rylan Abel will serve for Crookston. Their front row, Allie Wagner, number 7, Brenna Kopecky, 16. Long volley by Paulsrud, going for the coffin corner, run down by Peterson. Bumped over in a free ball. Brooklyn Hoffman just missed. And Crookston with their first lead of the contest. Paulsrud off the ceiling and down. Paulsrud now with 6 kills as number 5, Anna Nesvig, back to serve for Climax-Fisher. Nesvig with a long bump over. Udemark's hit was blocked by Brooklyn Hoffman. And Climax-Fisher up now 2-1 here in the second set. Wagner bumping off target. (3-1) for Climax-Fisher as Nesvig serves again. Wagner looped it out of bounds. Climax-Fisher won the first set 25-6. They're leading 4-1 here in the second. Best 3 out of 5. And that was in play for Jade Uttermark, number 17, her first kill. Pirates get the serve, trailing 4-2. Number 16, Brenna Kopecky, a 5'6" freshman, serving for the Pirates. Bumped over by Tegan Johnson. Knights get a free ball. Brooklyn Hoffman got the back line. Brooklyn's second kill, and it's now 5-2. And the Knights get the serve back. Lucy Paulsrud to serve. And Uttermark finding an opening. Three serving 5 into the game, number 12, Morgan Ball, a 5'6" freshman. Going into the front row. As a serve by Leah Parkin, number 1 for the Pirates. Ball hit that over. Here's Brooklyn Hoffman. Yes! Just in front of the far sideline. (6-3) in favor of Climax-Fisher. Brooklyn Hoffman to serve. And an overpass spanked down by Tegan Johnson. Tegan with her first kill. She's back from surgery that caused her to miss half the basketball season last year. And this time the ceiling gets in the Knights' way. Number 7, Allie Wagner serving now for Crookston. Nesvig for number 6, Claire Erickson. And a hit into the net by Maddie Abrams. Brooklyn Hoffman rotating out, Tegan Johnson rotating out. Into the game, number 2, Kinley Corinna will be the setter of the next 3 rotations. And one of the Pirates was in the net. Kinley Corinna serving again. That's tight, and it's blocked back. And blocked down by Claire Erickson. Climax-Fisher off to a 10-4 start in the second set. And an ace makes it an 11-4, and Crookston will take a timeout. On the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, lakescommunitycoop.com for energy solutions, convenience stores, a meat market, a car wash, a place to get feed, and more. lakescommunitycoop.com. Climax-Fisher won the first set 25-6. They lead Crookston in set 2, 11-4. We'll be right back. And just a reminder, following this game, we will have the junior varsity game on yourliveevent.com for you to watch following this game. Kinley Corinna just off an ace will serve again. Bump straight back over, and the block by number 12, Abby Bruley. First block of the day for Crookston for a point. Peyton Hoffman back in and finds the coffin corner. Third kill for Peyton. Climax-Fisher get the serve back with a 12-5 lead. Claire Erickson back to serve. Number 12, Courtney Brault, a junior, is in the back row for Climax-Fisher. Got lost in the ceiling. The Pirates handled it well. Paulsrud. Too long. Lana Peterson, the libero, to serve now for the Crookston Pirates. Short serve handled well. Peyton Hoffman with a bump over, too long. (12-7). Crookston trailing. Scrambled over. And Schulte sits it out of bounds. That was a tough serve, and Climax-Fisher had handled it well until the very last hit. Paulsrud with some help from the net. Paulsrud with 7 kills today. 13-8 in favor of Climax-Fisher in set 2. They won the first set 25-6. Peyton Hoffman's serve will be short. Second service error on Climax-Fisher. Peyton Hoffman rotates out, as does Emma Schultes. Cadence Corinna, number 1 in the game in the back row, and Anna Nesvig will be the setter. Bit of a free-for-all here. Brooklyn Hoffman long. Rylan Nobles serve. Brooklyn Hoffman out of the left side, getting a kill. Brooklyn with 4 kills. And Climax-Fisher back to a 14-10 lead in set 2 as Anna Nesvig serves it up. Good adjustment by Jade Uttermark to get her 3rd kill of the contest. Brenna Kopecky with the serve. Brooklyn Hoffman a long tip, and that'll stay down. Brooklyn with her 5th kill, 15-11 now as we go back and forth. And Lucy Paulsrud back to serve. Again, having to deal with the ceiling. And Brooklyn Hoffman hit that off the block and down. Brooklyn's 6th kill made that 16-11. Some of the Crookston players may have given up on that, thinking the ball was hit straight out of bounds, but it was off a blocker's fingertips, and that makes it fair game. Tegan Johnson with a bump. And a nice tip by Maddie Abrams, number 8. (12) serving 16. Number 1, Leia Parkin into the back row to serve. Number 12, Morgan Ball into the front row to hit. And a kill for Claire Erickson, also a net call on one of the Pirates. 17-12. Brooklyn Hoffman serving. Peyton Hoffman is in the game now in the front row for the Knights. As you could tell right there with a power tip. Peyton with 4 kills. And an 18-12 lead for Climax-Fisher in set 2, and that serve a little long. Third service error on Climax-Fisher. Allie Wagner with the serve. Great diving dig by Paulsrud. Back set, Tegan Johnson. Pretty good rally here. Erickson out of bounds. Some really good defense by both teams. 14 serves 18. Allie Wagner, the junior, to serve. Pushed over by Paulsrud. Joust at the net. Bumped over by Erickson. Peyton Hoffman off a defender and out of play. Peyton now with 5 kills. And Climax-Fisher back up by 5 at 19-14 in the second set. Number 2, Kinley Corinne in the back row to serve and be the setter of the next 3 rotations. Number 12, Courtney Brault, also in the game in the back row for the Knights. And Maddie Abrams hit into the net. Climax-Fisher 5 points away from taking set number 2. And taking a 2-0 lead in the best 3 out of 5. And there's a service error. Number 8, Maddie Abrams, a 5'6" junior, to serve for Crookston. Peyton Hoffman setting that over the net. Paulsrud back set. Erickson blocked. Kept alive by Brault. Erickson a long tip, and she... No, was one of the Pirates in the net. 21-15. As Erickson serves into the net. 5 service errors for Climax-Fisher. 4 in the second set. Lana Peterson serving again for Crookston. And that'll go as an ace. That's the first ace for Crookston in the contest. They're hanging in there here, trailing 21-17. Joust at the net. And they've blown the whistle, and there's a carry called on Crookston. Brought out Brooklyn Hoffman into the game now for Climax-Fisher. And Peyton Hoffman into the back row to serve it up. Gorilla block. Schultes and Brooklyn Hoffman. And timeout Crookston. On the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, lakescommunitycoop.com for energy solutions, convenience stores, a meat market, a car wash, a place to get feed, and more, lakescommunitycoop.com. Climax-Fisher up 1-0 and leading 23-17 in the second. We'll be right back. Ballsrud with a tip, that's covered by Crookston. And a looping swing in play for Brenna Kopecky, number 16. That's her first kill. It'll be 18 serving 23 in the second set. Climax-Fisher won the first set 25-6. Rylan Abel, the setter, will serve it up now for the Pirates. Brooklyn Hoffman bumping it back over, and it's bumped out of bounds. Brooklyn Hoffman will get credit for the kill, her seventh. And it's now a set point for Climax-Fisher in number 2. Anna Nesvig will serve it up. And that's an ace, and that's that. Climax-Fisher take the second set by a score of 25-18. They're up 2-0 on the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard. lakescommunitycoop.com for energy solutions, convenience stores, a meat market in Perham, a car wash, a place to get feed, and more. lakescommunitycoop.com. We'll be back with set number 3 after these words on yourliveevent.com. As we go to set 3, Lucy Paulsrud for Climax-Fisher is now going to wear the white libero jersey. And Climax-Fisher up 25-6, 25-18 in this best 3 out of 5. Unofficially, Climax-Fisher 24 kills, 3 blocks, 9 aces, 5 service errors. Crookston 8 kills, 1 block, 1 ace, 1 service error. Jade Utermark with 3 kills for the Pirates. 7 kills for Lucy Paulsrud, 5 kills, 6 aces for Peyton Hoffman. And that'll be an ace for Kinley Corinna, her 3rd of the game. That'll be tight to the net. And just scrambled over. Peyton Hoffman in play. Peyton's 6th kill makes it 2-0 in set 3. As the Knights look for a sweep and their 7th straight win. Erickson tipping, covered by Abel. And that's going to be 4 hits on the Pirates. Kinley Corinna, one of 3 Corinnas on the Climax-Fisher side. Wagner pushes over. Brooklyn Hoffman tried to swing from the back row and things just weren't in sync. Brenna Kopecky serving first for Crookston. Back set near side for Erickson. That's covered. Erickson from the 10-foot line. Block back. Pirates to try again. And a Crookston player in the net. Number 9, Lexi Corinna, a freshman in the game for the first time for the Knights. Wagner blocked back. Courtesy of Peyton Hoffman. Lexi Corinna's serve popped up. Uttermark's hit is dug. Brooklyn Hoffman puts it down. Brooklyn with 8 kills. 6-1 Climax-Fisher in set 3. An overpass, smacked down by Schultes, but bumped out of bounds by Crookston. Schultes will get her 4th kill. And 7-1 in favor of the Knights. Uttermark off the block and down. Jade with her 4th kill. Number 1, Leah Parkin, a 5'6" sophomore, rotating into the game to serve now for Crookston. Peyton Hoffman, yes. Peyton now with her 7th kill. And now Peyton back to serve. And the cross-court hit goes out of bounds. Serve is short, and it's an ace. 7th ace for Peyton Hoffman tonight. and the 11th for the Knights as a team. And that's clobbered out of bounds by Morgan Ball, number 12. And that'll be an ace. And Crookston take a timeout. On the Lakes Community Co-op scoreboard, lakescommunitycoop.com for energy solutions, convenience stores, a meat market, a car wash, a place to get feed, and more, lakescommunitycoop.com. Climax-Fisher up 2-0 and leading 12-2 in the third. We'll be right back. After the timeout, Peyton Hoffman will continue to serve for Climax-Fisher. Knights are leading 12-2, and that serve is a little long. Six service errors in the game now for Climax-Fisher. Point for Crookston. And the left-hander, Allie Wagner, to serve. Peyton Schrader off the block, and it stays down on the Crookston side. Junior Peyton Schrader with her first kill of the night. Anna Nesvig will serve now into the net. Four serving 13. As number 8, Maddie Abrams, goes back to serve for Crookston. Schrader, dug. Wagner boomed out of bounds. Number 6, Claire Erickson, rotating in to replace Lexi Corinna, as number 11, Brooklyn Hoffman, serves for Climax-Fisher. Kopecky, dug by Brooklyn Hoffman. Paulsrud a tap from the back, covered. And Kopecky on the second try gets it down. Brenna Kopecky with her second kill. And the libero, Lana Peterson to serve for Crookston. Erickson down. First kill for Claire Erickson. 15-5 as Climax-Fisher get the serve back. And Lucy Paulsrud, as the libero, will serve it up now for the Knights. And an overpass, thank you very much, says Claire Erickson. $16-5. And Peyton Hoffman called for a carry. That's a violation and a point for Crookston. Rylan Obel serve. Peyton Hoffman off the block and down. Peyton now with 8 kills. Number 8, Emma Schultes, rotates in to replace Anna Nesvig. Kinley Curran rotating in. She'll be the setter the next 3 rotations. Joust at the net. Crookston will try again. And Jade Uttermark wins the joust this time. Uttermark with 5 kills. Paul Drew gives the Pirates a free ball. Joust at the net. And won by the Knights. (18-7) in favor of Climax-Fisher in set 3. And the tip goes down. Leah Parkin serve. Peyton Hoffman, yes, cross court, put it down. 9 kills for Peyton Hoffman. And Peyton will go back to serve. 13, Peyton Schrader in the front row with the number 11, Brooklyn Hoffman, and number 8, Emma Schultes for Climax-Fisher. Climax-Fisher now 5 points away from a sweep. Kopecky hits over. Schrader going for the near sideline and missed. Nine serving 20. As Allie Wagner goes back to serve now for Crookston. Nesvik bumps toward Brooklyn Hoffman, bumps straight over. Brooklyn Hoffman again. They'll replay the point. Apparently, there was a player from each team who hit the net. So Allie Wagner will serve it again. Still 20-9. Schrader. Pushed over by Bruley. Dumped over by Kinley Corinna. Kinley's second kill of the game. Nesvig serving. And that's hit long by Morgan Ball. Climax-Fisher 3 points away from a sweep. Nesvig tips on the second ball. Kept alive. Brooklyn Hoffman will bump it over. And the block by Brooklyn Hoffman. 23-9. And the hit by Abrams was short. Didn't clear the net. Match point now for Climax-Fisher. Cadence Corinna, number 1, rotating into the game. Nesvig serving at match point. Schrader off the block and down, and that's that. Climax-Fisher to their 7th consecutive win as they sweep Crookston 3-0 25-6, 25-18, and 25-9 in a match that took roughly 1 hour. We'll come back. We'll hear from Coach Brenda Slide in our post-game comments and have our post-game awards when we return after these words on YourLiveEvent.com. And welcome back to Climax as the Climax-Fisher Knights with their second sweep in as many days, beating Crookston 3-0, 25-6, 25-18, and 25-9. I'm Joe Lancello, talking with Lucy Paulsrud of the Knights, who had 7 kills on the evening. Talk about the game tonight.
Well, obviously we've had back-to-back games, but I just know the girls just work hard and do their best, and I'm super proud of them to come up with 2 wins in a row.
Was it strange playing at this time of the day?
Yes, I do not like that, but I thought we played well still. It was very different for sure.
And it's a little different to see someone wearing not only the libero shirt but also the regular hitting shirt, which you've done in the past and did for the first 2 sets tonight.
Yeah, I'm very used to just changing my position. I'll play anything what the coach asks. I love it, but yeah.
7 straight wins for you girls now. That's a pretty good run.
Yes, I'm, like I said before, super proud of the girls. I just pray that we continue to play our game and just be ourselves.
What happens when you are being yourselves?
We win!
Well, that's one way to look at it. Lucy Paulsrud, our player of the game, brought to you by Enbridge. Life takes energy. Energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We'll have a t-shirt from Enbridge for you as our player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. We'll hear from Coach Brenda Slide of Climax-Fisher after these words on YourLiveEvent.com. And we continue with our post-game comments after Climax-Fisher defeating Crookston 3-0, 25-6, 25-18, and 25-9. Joined by Brenda Slight, the coach of the Climax-Fisher Knights. And if I didn't know any better, this would have just seemed to be a continuation of Thursday night when you had a 3-0 sweep over Norman County East Hewlett-Heritage.
Yeah, the girls came out. I made some changes to get all the girls in tonight, and they all played well. And I think it was just, for one, the environment was super weird starting at 4:30, and the girls were like, this feels weird. But I think they did a great job adjusting to it, and they came out, and they finished it all out.
And once again, the Hoffman girls with a strong game. Peyton with 9 kills. She also had 8 aces, and there was one run there where I think she had 4 aces in one part of the first set.
Yeah, it's really nice that Peyton's confidence is coming around. She hasn't served in a while. This last week was her first time serving again because I gave her the go, and she's doing a great job back there. Getting 8 aces is great, and I hope that she continues to work on that and her front row as well.
And it seems like everybody's been serving well. There were 12 aces on Thursday and 12 aces again today.
And I've said from the very get-go, I think we have a great serving team. Everybody wants to swing, everybody wants to play hard, and I think I could have any girl back there serving because I do think we just have a nice powerhouse of a serving team.
And I saw the block a little more here on Friday than on Thursday. Actually, I've got Brooklyn down for 2 solo blocks and 1 block assist.
Yeah, we have great blockers. I do agree with you. I feel like we've been getting more touches every single night on balls by just tracking it and just overall, watching our opponent's arms. And I just think overall the girls are just, doing a better job overall. And it's great when we get touches because then it helps our defense a lot better.
And we've talked about this before. There are some of those touches and blocks that may not show up on the score sheet, but they sure show up in the heads of the opposition hitters.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got some really tall girls up there, and they're getting their hands on balls, and you got to be grateful for the girls that are able to do that, and it just makes a difference in the game.
7 straight wins now. This is the longest winning streak for the Knights in a while, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and it's exciting because we do have a bright future, and the girls are all very excited. You can tell the momentum and the fire out there is there, and we'll just continue to get better, and hopefully by the end of the season we're playing our ultimate best volleyball and we go far.
Now 3 games on the road this week. Tuesday, in the coming week, Tuesday you go to Mahnomen-Waban. Thursday you go to Winnie-Mac, and then back to Mahnomen on Saturday for a tournament.
Yeah, so next week will be a busy week, getting back to practice on Monday and just continuing to work on the things we know to work on is what we're going to do, and it'll be a long week, but I think the girls are ready for it.
All right, Brenda Slight, coach of the Climax-Fisher Knights, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And we'll continue with our post-game show. Climax-Fisher 3-0 winners over Crookston. We'll be back after these words on YourLiveEvent.com. Whoops. Our camera slipped here. Sorry about that. Got the JV game coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com. Joe Lanzella with you as Climax-Fisher defeating Crookston 3-0, 25-6, 25-18, and 25-9. Running down the individual stats for Crookston. 1 service ace for Lana Peterson, 1 kill for Rylan Obel, 1 kill for Allie Wagner, 2 kills for Maddie Abrams, 1 block for Morgan Ball, 2 kills for Brenna Kopecki, and 5 kills for Jade Undermark. Crookston unofficial totals, 12 kills, 1 block, 1 ace, 1 service error. And the Pirates now with 7 straight losses. They are 1-14 on the season. For Climax-Fisher, Kinley Corinna, 2 kills and 3 aces. 7 kills for Lucy Paulsrud. Peyton Hoffman with 9 kills, a block, and 8 service aces. Anna Nesvig with an ace. 2 kills and a block for Claire Erickson. 1 kill for Tegan Johnson. 4 kills and a block assist for Emma Schultes. Brooklyn Hoffman with 8 kills, 2 solo blocks, and 1 block assist. 2 kills for Peyton Schrader. Climax-Fisher unofficially 36 kills, 5 blocks, 12 aces, and 7 service errors. As the Knights win their 7th in a row, and they go to 10-7 on the season. Time now for our precision play of the game, brought to you by Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com, planterdoc.com. Precision play of the game will be a stretch of 5 aces within a run of 6 points that Climax-Fisher had in the opening set. 5 aces by Peyton Hoffman. That'll be our precision play of the game, brought to you by Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. And now our connection of the game, brought to you by Halstead Telephone Company. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect, halsteadtel.com. Our connection, Brooklyn Hoffman connecting on 3 kills in a run of 3 points in the second set for Climax-Fisher as they went to a 16-11 lead and went on to win that second set 25-18. So our connection of the game, those kills by Brooklyn Hoffman, brought to you by Halstead Telephone Company, proudly providing internet, phone, and cable TV service to the rural areas and to the local communities in the Red River Valley. Stay tuned here on YourLiveEvent.com. We will have the junior varsity game for you. And a reminder, Crookston's next game will be Monday when they travel to Winnimac. Climax-Fisher's next game will be Tuesday at Mahnomen-Waban. And that will do it for us this evening from Climax. This is actually the final regular season home game in Climax for the Knights. Their next home game will be in Fisher, and that will be on October the 7th. Thanks very much to Sophia Vargas running camera today. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We hope you will thank them with your business, and also just stop by to say thanks for allowing us to bring you high school sports here on YourLiveEvent.com. And thanks to you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and have a good weekend. I'm Joe Lancello. The final score once again here from Climax. Climax-Fisher defeating Crookston 3-0. Scores of 25-6, 25-18, and 25-9. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everyone.